Searching the sole purpose, there's no certain curtain I'm supposed to emerge in before show opens. A microphone is coated with the truth of a man that's older than he leads on to be spoken. But maybe the Illuminati is on the way that he's flowing. Your fucking record is about 1,000 times. Kids stealing where the about 1,000 rhymes. Trying to find a view, trying to give it bite. Honestly, this should probably take mine.
Oh man. Once again, Johnny Cage. I just want to go over a couple things have to do with this mega city right here and where we are today. What I mean by where we are today, I mean where we are today. I mean, we're sitting here burning down our cities. We're looting our cities. It's a free-for-all. What is it, Chicago? Free-for-all. I mean, this was a couple days ago, guys. Nobody's wearing masks, really. I mean, a few people, the smart ones, are wearing masks. They have facial recognition and stuff, you know. Anyways, so you know that they're gonna see to it if your city's not in this map right here, if your city's not up there, that means they're gonna burn it down eventually. And even the ones they're showing, I wouldn't trust them to even believe that that's how many they're keeping. They'll probably burn down most of those too. They'll keep certain ones, that's for sure. The New World Order needs to keep us divided. That's why they're dividing us. If the New World Order doesn't divide us, then we can unite and come together and stop the world from coming in our back doors. But they really don't want to allow that. So, you know, I'm going to show you this little video. Go back in time. One of our favorite characters. I'm going to go back in time. Just kind of remind some of you what's going on. And what has happened and what has brought us to where we are. Biden and his new pick, runner-up, and Nancy and all them, they're the same ones that have been in power for a long time. Anyway, so let's go back in time and let's watch a little history lesson and remind some of you. Some of us already know about this and understand what's going on, but a lot of you really don't understand what's going on. We had a change of administrations, okay? Under all the last puppet administrations, New World Order puppet administrations, yes, the American people and our land was under attack. Everything, every value, our constitutional foundation, everything was under attack. And they were using our own system against us. The CIA was acting inside of America under the Obama administration, creating ISIS and all kinds of stuff, fraudulent stuff that just you guys bought up like it was real. I mean, you might as well watch Hollywood and consider everything on Hollywood real. I mean, you guys are buying it. Let me remind you. Here we go.
Once to rise up against my real killers, the U.S. government. For what will happen to me is only a result of their complacency and criminality.
Y'all remember that? I remember it really well. It was all goddamn act. Everything. Welcome to CNN. Welcome to the CIA. Welcome to your tax dollars hard at work.
This is James Wright Foley, an American citizen of your country. So any attempt by you, Obama,
That's what was
to
on the
deny the
news.
Muslims their rights of living in safety under the Islamic Caliphate will result in the bloodshed of your people.
Oh my gosh, that was so real. Look, his hands aren't even tied up. Come on, guys. Yeah. They blurred it out, but you see what really happened.
Just moments before his death. We have watched the video. We will not air it. The White House says American intelligence agents are working to verify the authenticity of the video.
James Foley's brother Michael and his sister Katie are in Dover, New Hampshire this morning. First of all, we'd like to extend our deepest sympathies to both of you and your entire family. I think it's hard for all of us, Katie and Michael, to imagine the pain you've been going through. So how has your family been coping with this? Imagine the pain you've been going through. So how has your family been coping with this? Imagine the pain you've been going through. So how has your family imagine the pain you've been going through? So how has your family imagine the pain you've been going through? So how has your family been coping with this?
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you. I think for the most part,
They held to it. You know, those are called crisis actors. We know what crisis actors are. That chick's been seen everywhere. Now, I'm not going to stay on crisis actors because I'm going to stick on what I was talking about, how the same government that put us where we are today with all their covert activities, with your tax dollars, you know, all the ones that put us where we are today, the ones that are turning on the police right now. All right, the same police that they turned into a militarized police. So let's go over that, and then I'll come back and chit-chat a little bit more.
The video you're about to see is standard operating procedure and happens thousands of times per week in the United States. This was Columbia, Missouri. SWAT team goes in. The people open the front door. They go in. They have a Welsh Corgi and a Bulldog. The dogs are barking at them, and they shoot them both and kill them. Then you see the little children. You see the father crying when he finds out his dogs are dead. And you look at the looks on the police officer's face when he's crying, and they've got this look of power-tripping enjoyment, and they won't ever respond to him. They won't ever talk to him when he asks questions. So he doesn't respond to them after that when they ask him questions. And they reported that they found 1 gram of marijuana in his marijuana pipe. Ladies and gentlemen, let me explain something here. The drug war was initiated after Prohibition in the 1930s. The trafficking interests controlled by Yale University, Skull and Bones, and others, this is all on record, traveled around the country and got the states and the federal government to pass laws against opium, heroin, cocaine, things like that that were sold at convenience stores. It was sold at every major little pharmacy. And in the old days, convenience stores were mainly pharmacies. They had newspapers and drugs and things. Less people were using marijuana, cocaine, heroin when they were legal. Once they made them illegal, the price went way up. And the reason I raise this issue is no one is safe. The police can bust in your door because some drug addict informant says that they saw marijuana there. And I thought about my French Bulldog. What happens with my 35-pound dog and my Chihuahua if a SWAT...
They also have a new thing nowadays. This is kind of old. It's called swatting. Same tactic. Swatting. But back to what let's go back.
comes to my house, and I don't even smoke marijuana. I do drink some. And my dogs will bark. They will run out. They will jump out of the bed. They sleep with us. And the police will kill them. Years ago, on my local TV show, we did episode after episode of locals who were SWAT teamed where drugs weren't even found, and they would come in and kill a lab that was even chained up in the kitchen. And we went and showed photos of it with its brains blown out and its intestines everywhere, and the cops were laughing in that case, and they fired bullets through the wall that went into the baby crib in one case. And the issue is these police officers have lost their souls. They're getting off on this. Does that mean all police are getting off on it? No. But the issue is the phony drug war gives the Pentagon that's involved in it and the militarized police an excuse to be involved in our daily lives, to knock down our doors, to give them some type of fake jurisdiction. So we're going to play you clips from this video of what they've done, and we'll post the full video shot by the police up in the corner if you want to watch it.
Move past him! Move past! Come on, guys, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Just make sure we're Don't move! You understand? Put your hands behind your back! Do it now! Behind your back!
What is happening?
Search warrant. Narcotic search warrant. Don't move.
Search.
Turn around right here. Don't move.
Did you shoot? Did you shoot my dog?
Stand
You shot my f***ing dog! Oh my god! My dog, you know what's nice? She was probably trying to play with you. Come over here. She was probably trying to play with you.
Once we get down, let's see him in the car.
C-Pop?
Yeah.
Absolute silent. You can say you have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. Do you understand?
We'll take that as a yes. You are on audio tape, as a matter of fact.
That's fine.
Okay, come on.
I didn't do anything wrong.
But this is why I'm doing this video. This is why I'm so outraged. This is the key. It has come out in the last 8 years that the Taliban had cut off almost all opium production in Afghanistan, previously the main site of opium that then produces heroin. And that the U.S. government went in and started helping the Afghans grow the opium again. And of course the CIA got caught in Vietnam on record shipping opium out. They were caught 1996. Even the CIA Inspector General admitted that most of the cocaine for the crack cocaine epidemic was shipped in. And now in Afghanistan, because Pat Tillman wrote letters home before they killed him saying, look, we're growing the opium, this is wrong, I'm against this war, it's a fraud. Now because all that info's come out and the troops are there being forced to help grow the opium, they've come out in the New York Times and said, yeah, Mohammed Karzai's brother, the president of Afghanistan, is the biggest drug dealer. Yeah, we're letting him grow the opium. Yeah, we're helping him. We've got to do this or Al-Qaeda will get the money. No, you decriminalize it, and then Al-Qaeda, the CIA, they won't have the profit because it's illegal anymore, and it won't have the huge profits involved in it with the black market. But here's the deal. The government ships most of the cocaine in. The only people they bust are those that aren't paying their cut. Okay? The government...
Gotta pause it real quick. So, our patriots went down to the border a few years back, and they were patrolling the border before the wall was started being built. And what did they catch? They caught 2 CIA agents with like 900 pounds of coke or something going to the cities. CIA. Figure it out. Go ahead, figure it out. Remember Fast and Furious, all the guns that were going down to Mexico under past administrations? Yeah, those guns were all going to be put in the hands of 1 million radical crazies that were coming up here for these mega cities to start burning cities down. That's what they're for, and their war, you know, going on down there as they take over territory. But anyways, what happened in Afghanistan moved over into Mexico. We'll get into that later, but let's just finish up here with what I was trying to show you.
Almost all the heroin. It's more than up 12 times what it was 8.5 years ago when we invaded Afghanistan. Record numbers. Over 90% of global opium is coming out of Afghanistan, and they have Geraldo Rivera there with the Marine Corps commander going, I don't like it, but we've got to help them grow it, and you know, we're here letting them do it.
The hard part now is governing this province, a province, as you suggest, that has become addicted to opium in many, many ways. That is the principal crop that is being grown here. The Taliban lend the farmers the money. They are indebted to the Taliban. They have to grow the opium. Now the Marines, in their success, are in a sense a victim of their success, because now the population is, they have these opium fields, and we are tolerating it. We are tolerating the cultivation of the opium because we know that if we were to destroy it now, the population would turn against the Marines, and it would be a real security risk that you're watching as this opium is being grown. I know it grinds at your gut. How do you deal with it? What are you doing about it?
Well, frankly, this is a part of their culture. So while it might grind in my gut, it's what they do.
I fault the politicians for putting the Marines in this position, where we can't eradicate these crops for security reasons. And
that's the point. They ship it in to have an excuse to bust down your door and build giant prisons. We have the biggest prison population in the world.
Bingo.
And no one is safe. I've seen countless reports of, retired CPAs and people when the SWAT team raids the wrong house and kills them, or old ladies, 90-something years old, and they shoot them and kill them. And then you see the cops laughing about it, you see them enjoying it, you see them on this big power trip. And you also have the police raiding real drug dealers and keeping the money, keeping the drugs, seizing their assets, taking cash out of people's wallets on the highway, letting illegal aliens go that have been caught with $105,000 of drugs just last week in Tennessee. The government runs the narcotics business.
Sure do.
And they then put you in their private prisons,
under the last
making
puppet
license
administration
plates and making furniture to then compete with everybody else that's on the outside.
That's why
So
they're
the
letting
prisoners
everybody
make
out of
25 cents
prison
an
now.
hour. That drives down wages just like the illegal aliens
They
do.
control it.
Mexico is collapsing because of the phony drug war. The United States is going to collapse. And this is pure Nazi Germany, to have men come in your house and kill your dogs because they bark at them every single day in this country, and then just sit there smugly enjoying the power trip from what they've done. Think about it. The troops are over in Afghanistan growing the opium. They're going to come back. Most of them are going to end up being SWAT team people and cops, and then they're going to raid your house for a gram of marijuana. You think about that. 80+% of the American people smoke marijuana or have smoked it. Most cops have smoked it, but they don't care. They're going to come in your house, kill your dogs in front of your little kids. They're going to drag you off to jail for a gram of marijuana. That's less than a joint. This is completely disgusting and sickening. So you've seen the video of the kids, the dogs bleeding to death in pain. You've seen the cops with their smug looks of enjoyment whenever the father is crying. And you've seen the newscast
and there's a lot
where
of videos
Fox
like that
News
now.
is explaining to you, we've got to help grow the opium. We've got to let them do this to fight Al-Qaeda. It is a sickening fraud. And look, they were denying this years ago. But now, because it's so out in the open and the troops are writing home and speaking out about why are we growing the opium, they're just hiding it in plain view. We help grow the opium, we let them ship it out, and then if we catch you with it, we're going to kill your dogs and come in your house. And if we catch you with marijuana, we're going to do it. Because we're fighting drugs, because drugs are bad. It's all these fake moral people in America who are supporting the drug war like a bunch of ignoramuses who are allowing this giant police state to grow up around them that is going to enslave them and their families. Understand. The troops throwing puppies off cliffs, the troops shooting children, the troops torturing people, they're having their minds warped. And they're coming back to become cops who have that hunger to see that pain and to have that domination and to have that control, going after drugs that were shipped in by the government. But why do they hate marijuana so much? The government doesn't control marijuana. It can be grown anywhere. And that's why they're doing it. That's why they're coming against the American people. This isn't America. This isn't freedom. It is a fraud. Remember that. The government openly ships the drugs in now. They hide it in plain view and admit they're doing it, and they think you're too stupid to put two and two together. In the New York Times and AP and everywhere, the Russians said, let us go in and spray the opium. We're losing 30,000 Russians a year from heroin overdoses. And NATO said, no. We're not going to allow eradication. U.S. troops are now basically farmers. They're helping grow the opium, protecting it, and then it's shipped out of the country. And it's come out that a lot of the big defense contractors and private mercenary groups are busy flying the drugs out. And they're also using rendition CIA aircraft for kidnapped people in the U.S. and worldwide they grab to also fly the drugs in and out. That's like a few years ago, Reuters reported that a CIA aircraft filled with pure cocaine coming from the source crashed in Mexico. And now that's not enough. This big police state's hungry for the American people. They're trying to pass laws where no judge, no jury, no charges. They just put you on a no-fly list. You can't buy guns. Now they've got bills introduced where Lieberman's out there promoting and has a good chance of passing that if they say they think you might be a terrorist, your constitutional rights are stripped, your citizenship is stripped, and you're given to a secret military team and can be tortured. This is an illegitimate criminal narcotics trafficking government. Stop shipping the drugs in, government, and stop using it as a pretext to pack your private prisons and raid people's houses while the cops get stinking rich off all the drug money and drugs they steal. Our government is a drug-dealing criminal operation. We have to take it back. We have to decriminalize drugs right now to cut off the drug money to the scumbag banks that launder it.
So yeah, good old Alex Jones. Why they are turning our cops into militarized police and taking away your freedom is for this right here. For these mega cities. That's what they were doing, guys. Alright? Those militarized cops can be controlled. And that's what was fixing to happen. They were going to come in, take full control over the police state that was already pretty much established in the cities that they wanted, in the areas they wanted. The rest of the land was going to be all open chaos like you've never seen before. They want to destroy America and leave just a few megacities. And see, this map on this Agenda 2050, this UN map right here of sustainable development. Okay, this I don't even think they'll keep that many megacities that I'm seeing. They lie a lot, and they'll do whatever they want. So even people who are thinking they're part of this group, if you're not a multi-billionaire, millionaire, you're nothing to the people who are doing this to our country. These global elites are taking over the whole world right now during this event in 2020. They initiated it. It's an all-out attack, a planned attack, just like what I showed you, just like what they were making up in their little video of that beheading, so-called beheading. Okay, those are crisis actors. That's what the CIA got paid to do. ISIS was all funded. These people who are running around in these black outfits right now, trying to start a war, these are the people Obama let into the country. These are the radicals he let in. There were supposed to be millions more that were going to flood in through them open borders. That's why the wall was so important. Millions. Remember those caravans? Those are funded for a reason. They had more purpose in what they're doing. If we're in pure chaos, we can never unite. That's what they want to do. Keep dividing us so we can't unite into that one American body that we've always had in this country for freedom. Okay? We come together as one, united, for Trump, behind Trump, the one man who's been calling him out. Otherwise, you guys are going to see this world right here come into you're going to live it. It's at your doors right now. You're going to live it. Socialized medicine. Biden picked that lady, and she's all for socialized medicine. That's where they come in, just like in China, and take away, or come into your house and take you away to the hospital, or give you a shot, or whatever they want to do, because they have the power to do that. It's called control. Socialized medicine is control. They control you by your health, by your hospital, by your drugs. We are hanging on. We are hanging on by an edge. Okay, Trump's trying to bring everything back to America made. That means we would get rich. The world is going to need fed. They've attacked the whole world. The world's going to be very hungry soon. America can feed the world. As long as we don't turn this land into chaos. If we turn that land into chaos, yeah, they're going to control us by hunger. Right here in America, we're going to fall. Homeland Security put out a 6-month warning for power out in the winter to be prepared. Okay? That was a few years back. I highly suggest you stock up and be ready for 6 months of power out. And when that happens, is your militia able to come together in a power outage situation? Are they able to come together and organize anything through other militias? Are they able to come to Trump's aid when that happens? Because the people underground, under these cities and their dumbs, deep underground military survival facilities, those people in those dumbs, yeah, Biden, Nancy, all of them that are hiding down there, that's how they pop up in all these cities, because they're riding those underground subways. Yeah, they have them. They have cities under these cities. Okay, they have cities under these mega cities. You know, there's Denver right there, Denver International Airport. We all know about that one. Okay, it's going to be like 2012. They're going to say all their people's got tickets to go into the bunker for safety for their event, the next stage. But really, they're going to gas you people too, because underneath that airport, when I was watching them, the little pictures I could find of them building it and stuff, those were gas chambers in those big open bays underneath the ground there. Those are gas chambers. They're just going to gas big groups of people and act like they're saving you. And you guys are all doing their agenda for them, thinking you're going to be saved. Yeah, maintain humanity under 500 million. We're in the billions, guys. That's a lot of people that's got to go. This is Johnny Cage, and this has been the real Mortal Kombat. More to come. Don't forget to sub and like, and let's grow me. Before I go, let's watch a little bit more of some predictive programming. Okay, they knew this event was coming, and they're probably the only ones getting rich off it right now. Trump's not getting rich off this event. All the elites are getting rich off this event. But here, predictive programming.
집을 떠나고 있습니다.
시민들의 불안 심리를 잠재우기는 쉽지 않아 보입니다. 모든 병원에서 유산자가 접수됐답니다. 홍방매치 특징입니다. 사망한 주변의 증상과 완전히 일치합니다.
사망자 수는 기하급수적으로 늘어날 것으로 예상됩니다. 당장 폐쇄합니다.
And will be segregated at the camp.
감염자들이잖아. 불사조직이야.
이건 어쩔 수 없는 선택입니다.
누구야? 잠시만 꺼주세요.
한숨 미친맛이 정말.
정말 왜 웃어? 정말 여기 왜 있냐고. 나 정말 여기가 어디라고.
치료제할 수가 없어요. 같이 살려고 그러는 거야. 당신 혼자만 살려고 하는 거잖아. 대신은 엄마한테 데려다 줄게.
저는 지금 꼭 안으로 들어가야 됩니다.
Maria has always cared for people, both at work and everyday life.
I hate this controller. You get the picture, guys? That was predictive programming. They knew this event was coming. They made movies about it. They planned it, called Event 201, right before the outbreak. They planned it almost like, what, 5 months before it happened. They had a drill, a what-if scenario. It's called Event 201. You guys, be smarter than what's going on. These people who want to take over, who are against Trump, are the same people who've been in power for a long time. Why do you think Bush and Clinton and everybody don't like Trump and all hang out together at the funerals and everything else for speeches, and Obama talking and they all worshiping him like he's the lead commander? Yeah. Oh, this is Johnny Cage.